We are in my afternoon, and good welcome to a Division A NGS game. Today we have Strange Team Comp versus Mnaval. As I should always say, I am your caster online boss, and today we should have a cracker of a game. But right, let's see what we have first. We do have Strange Team Comp did ban out both Praxis and Tomb of the Spider Queen, while Mnaval banned out Cursed Hollow and Dragonshire, leading us to this first map of Volskaya Industries, which I already have loaded up, funnily enough, so let us get straight into the game. If I remember to actually change my scenes properly. Right, I should really check this beforehand, but we see a hook coming out actually already. Wow, early ability usage. Tut-tut. On the right-hand side of, I'm going to check if this is even remotely correct. Give me a moment. Yeah, on the right-hand side of Mnaval. Is it just pronounced Mnaval? How is it pronounced? I don't know. We have Shot Down on the Dahaka, Saiha on the Stitches, Crimson Chin on the Junkrat, Silent X on the Anduin, and the only Navi on the Cassia. On the left-hand side of Strange Team Comp, we have Empress Saina on the Chromie, Jeff on the Raynor. No, Leoric. Bricky on the Joanna. Nature Side on the Raynor. And Dr. Evil on the Ana, who is trying their best to keep Jeff alive at current point in time. We do see Sleep coming out onto the Space Yoshi of Dahaka, but Dahaka is actually pulled out. Don't think that was quite necessary considering the Junkrat mine was already there, but maybe it was just a panic. You don't want your friend to die, so be it. Let me pull up the talent screen real quick as we do see stacking. We do have Laws of Hope, but we do have Stitches, Globes from... We do have Globes and Stitches as well, so we do have a little bit of tank competition there to see who can get stacked the most. The only other thing to note is the only Navi with the Thunderstroke. I'm going to keep track of this one as we do see Stitches already hit on that Globe quest. Stitches is winning out the Globe Wars. In bottom lane, we do see Jeff trying to take down Shot Down. I understand why the Dahaka's been picked up here because of that creepy hand. They want to shut it down, but ultimately, I don't think it's amazing. I don't think this is a very good map for Dahaka, as Dahaka doesn't really have any... It's not too many bushes around on this map, and Dahaka is now caught out of position, away from bush, away from friends. We do see Hook coming out. Joanna does manage to Iron Skin, stop that. We do see the turret being dropped here, as we already have very large fight over this turret camp. Bricky get pushed into a very unfortunate situation. They do not have Iron Skin up, as we did see him use it before. It is a 30-second cooldown, and they're able to back out, actually, without going down here. This time, however, Empress Saina goes down to that hook over the wall. And that is not what you like to see. That will be First Blood, going over to the side of Mnaval. However, we do actually see that the healing camp is getting picked up on quite early on, but without a Chromie there, we may see something bold happening. Jeff is holding mid, however, so we just see that there is a good start. I hope you're doing well today, Crizzo. Good to see you have finally arrived. I say finally arrived, I wasn't expecting you, but it's very nice to have you anyway. Hope you are doing well. But yeah, these are some very nasty hooks by Theo already, as Theo is the first one to step on the objective. We did see anti-healing nade coming out from the Ana. That's a lot of Stitch utility gone with that healing out, but however, that will be a double kill already for the side of Mnaval. Everyone getting quite low, but not quite going down. That Anduin just having just enough sustain to get Mnaval through that first fight. That is already a triple kill. There's a free kill advantage over to Mnaval. Will be interesting to see how they use this. We do see Cassia is stepping onto this top objective. Hook doesn't quite find any hero, but it did at least find a minion. The Empress Saiyan is just playing very safe now, as she has already been caught out by the hook before. She doesn't want to get caught out again. We do see that Soaking has gone back, Shot Down has gone back down to that bottom lane to get that soak. We do see the bulky boy of Stitches himself kind of standing as objective. We actually have a lot of wave clear on the side of Mnaval more I look at, as Junkrat is a lot to deal with. We do see that Hourglass coming out. It is revealed, and we do see Junkrat slowly pestering it down. Doesn't realize quite he can't direct hit it with that Junkrat mind, that auto attack, but not auto attack, that Q, but does realize in the end that, oh, that's not working out. I do see Bricky getting hit a few times, actually quite a few times by that. I do wonder where the Junkrat went, and yes we did. We do see that Taser explosion as we did get the extra time. Wound time is at 1. Things to note that we do have Stitches almost or over double the Joanna's healing. Level 1 on globes. We do see Piercing Light Anduin as the other main thing to pick up, and we do have Chromie with her 5. But we do have a talent tier advantage over to the side of Mnaval. Interesting that we see them giving it this up, but we only have level 7s coming in now for the side of Strange Team Comp. Hook comes through, doesn't quite find anything as we see just a bit of posturing happening now. Jeff playing in a very interesting spot. Bit Junkrat, Concussion Mine, kind of prone, but we do see it thrown in. Very good patience. I think they're waiting for another hook. Hook doesn't quite find anyone. Nature's side managing to dodge it. You can slow by the stitches. We do meanwhile see Shot Down does pull the Leoric into the trap, and that'll be Leoric going down first as they're getting hit by both towers. Very good stuff. This means now that, yep, the Stitches comp has found their pick. They're able to step on. Hourglass did manage to find these Stitches, just to allow a little bit more space. Dr. Evil in a very bad position compared to the rest of their team. Has to probably rotate very interestingly. Raynor was pulled in by Hidahaka Tongue, and that will be the stun needed for them. We did see that Leoric spawned in at a less than ideal spot, but this will likely be the objective going over to the side of Mnaval. Meanwhile, keep in mind this is only the first Protector, not too much, like, you can find a decent amount of value, but you're trying to set up for later Protectors. But for now, we actually see this front wall being taken. It looks like they're deciding to... Thank you, announcer lady, coming in only saying that for blue team. Wait, blue team is taking over Protector. That was just wrong. But we do see that this is quickly falling fort as they really just want this fort. Screw the top well thing, screw the bottom well thing, screw what's meta on this map. Let's just run it down with that Protector. And it's actually got a decent amount of value in saying that, so I can't be one to judge. Like, yeah, props to them. They knew when to use it like that, and they did very well with it. Mnaval having still about 20 seconds left on it, but in still about only 15%. Bricky being pushed into. We're seeing an excellent shove onto them, and this will be the, I nearly called it a Punisher, Protector going down very shortly. As we do see during this, that Dahaka's trying their best to double soak. Not the best map for Dahaka to do so, but it is what it is. Actually, I should check that. Dahaka did go that Enduring Swarm at 1, giving that 50 spell armor. Very important to things such as Chromie. And even things such as Leoric, it kind of neuters his creepy hand healing because it's done based off damage damage done by it, and well, if you've got spell armor, less damage is going to happen, and it makes it worse. We do see this camp picked up by the side of Strange Team Comp, and it sounds like I need to drink again soon, so we'll do that after this map, but for now, we've got more important things to do, such as cast. We do see 10s happen on both sides. We do have Gorge Stitches out. We do have Slowing Stats by Chromie, which would actually be a lot to kind of on objectives. We did hear the Hourglass that is only Na'Vi taking the camp. Jeff now a bit out of position compared to the rest of the team. We did see Entomb come out. Junkrat, that looks very interesting. Junkrat used their Riptide, ended up outside. We did see Falling Sword hitting onto Seer. That is Anduin using their Hollywood Salvation. However, the Stitches stepped away from it, leaving Silentex alone himself. That Junkrat grenade actually pushed the Joanna over Anduin's head and led to their death. Shotdown will go down next. We did actually see the Chromie going down in the middle of that, but Cassie is also soon to follow. Messy team fight, and it will go over to the side of Strange Team Comp. It'll be interesting to see what they do now they have this advantage. It looks like we are going for this support camp once again. I'd like to see maybe something a bit more aggressive, such as opening up this top lane for the Protector, pushing it out, but I don't hate the support camp call either way. We do have a little bit of messing around in mid. Jeff just trying to get Crimson Chin down. Gets him low enough for making them just kind of back out with that Concussion Mine. And that is a excellent hook onto the Joanna, but no Gorge. They very likely know that Falling Sword is indeed back up. And now we're just getting some safe play here. Things I should mention are actually the level 10 talents. So speaking about the left-hand side of Strange Team Comp first, we did see the Falling Sword and the Entomb. We also have a Slowing Stance, Rainer's Radar, and Nano Boost from Ana. We'll add up a lot on that Chromie damage. On the right-hand side, we do see the Valkyrie from Cassia. Light of Stormwind is for level 20. Hollywood Salvation from Anduin. We see Joanna actually getting very aggressive here. Adaptation from Dahaka, Riptire from the Junkrat, and Gorge from the Stitches. But yeah, we're just getting a lot of safe-ish play here. That Raider is being a very annoying for them, just watching it give vision this whole time. Empress Sena gets thrown in. We do see that Entomb coming out, and Stitches is just not able to quite get back to the gate. We see Paul coming out. Chromie does time stop, making sure she does not get pulled in by it. Or time out, sorry. We do see a lot of kind of CC and damage getting pushed out. We don't see the Stitches going down, however, that is still the Stitches being taken out. As I said in a previous cast, actually, and this cast will also echo it, that the side of Mnaval need to find that hook. They need to find that pick. They do not have a straight up win in the team. Yeah, as we're seeing, they do not win those team fights straight up, as we do see the Haka going down next, as we see a 4-man, well, 5-man was pushing top, but now only 4-man as the Leoric decides to step away for Soak. And 13 to R through first from the side of Mnaval. Change team comp. Mnaval only just picking up this now, as we see Stitches now has fishing hook. Hopefully able to find someone here. Very close to Bricky on the Joanna, but not quite finding purchase on it. Nature side was channeling the objective, but however chooses to back out. X channeling over. Bricky stepping up to make sure they can't fully get it. Just being a little bit of a pest in a very awkward position compared to the rest of the team now. Keep in mind that it is the red team that has the and win with the safety pool, not the side of strange team comp. Joanna stepping up, doing their best, not quite able to find too much else, but we do see this playing a bit safe at the moment just because Chromie is in mid. Well, Leoric is now taking that bottom right cap. So we're getting very good patience out from both sides here, especially strange team comp. But we do, however, see while all this is happening, there is Siege coming in top. Nature side saw the Junkrat mine come out a bit at the right time, and just we see Bricky step up, give a stun off Seer, getting actually pressured out. We see the health dropping pretty quickly, all considering Jeff pushing up, and looks like we're going to have an Entomb. There's a good ball over Cassia. We do see actually Leoric and 2 getting eaten away, and that will be the Stitches going up first. Hollywood Salvation actually missing a bit there, and we do see only Na'Vi going down. Silent X getting pressured out as well, as we do actually see that was a 2-man kill for the side of Strange Team Comp, as they do now have 16s. Dahaka does give a tongue onto the Chromie, however does not able to find anything with it. Sure, yeah, we do see that Crimson Chin is up, but we're still missing that Cassia, who can add quite a bit of extra burst with those Qs and that E. Crimson Chin just making himself back off, and we do see Shot Down get that minion with the tongue, not quite finding what he wanted. Active reload was used to top everyone up, and that will be Ana channeling this top objective now that there is a talent tier advantage over to the side of Strange Team Comp. And now we wait patiently. I'm just going to pull up some stats so we can see that while this is happening. We do see hero damage is still pretty even. Chromie does have it, but we do see the Entomb come out, speaking of which. We see the Chromie slowing sands directly on it, Shot Down getting relatively low. We see the Joanna land directly on top of the frontliners. And that is an excellent sleep heading out onto the Junkrat. This is a lot of abilities traded for nothing found, and that will be a Gorge coming out onto the Rain, or how the Junkrat was found for all of that as well. Nature side will be going down next. Does get the Q out and doesn't, unfortunately, is not able to escape. Sure, we do see that. We don't actually see a 16 on him yet. Never mind. Quest completed. Wait, what? Did it just say quest completed on Stitches? That was completed a while ago. Is my UI being slow? Is that what's happening here? I'm so confused. I'm gonna keep this open for a little bit because I'm very curious about this. Okay, no, it is now being fine, as we do see that is the Rallying Cry picked up. Joanna kind of just messing around a bit, slowing sands. We see Cassia actively spear into it. We do actually see Protect on her Fend. Something we don't see picked up as often. We either see the attack, auto attack range, or the move speed bonus, but yeah, it is what it is, and it actually looks quite nice into this. Maybe not low CC comp, but definitely we don't have any like hard CC from Leoric. And saying that, we do have an Entomb. There is the Light of Stormwind coming out. No one is able to interrupt it. Unfortunately, Joanna does land, getting Silent X a bit late. We see this Chromie going down quite low. We do see her throwing out the time out as they're able to dodge the tire, and there is a nano boost making it so they melt. Ana is now caught out of position thanks to that hook. See her didn't even bother gorging them, and that will be actually a triple kill already for the side of Strange Team Comp, just losing their Ana for really 3 kills on the side of, for the 3 losses on the side of Mnaval. That hook coming down, Iron Skin getting popped last second, able to keep Joanna from getting taken into a dangerous spot. And this will be the objective now going over to the side of Strange Team Comp, so we have a 1-for-1 in terms of objectives. It'll be interesting to see what they decide to do with it. Zembra Sayana did get that tap off first, and we'll be going into that gunner seat. Interesting to see that they're just pushing in top. Crimson Chin was... Oh, what happened there is Hook, I think, found the Rainer Raider. As that will be the Junkrat going down. No concussion miner, no Hook to be found. Oh, Joanna got out, just swap around to get the tank out into the main team while Leoric swapped into the Protector. Now that they don't have that Entomb up, they're not quite as important. It's weird to say. We do see this Punisher's actually starting to fall quite quickly now. They may actually have to choose to come out now. Keep fighting like this, and they don't have your actual Ana back here. They don't have anything like Eye of Horus. They only have that medium to longish range Q. They should have active reload back up, and that will be this fort going down, and there's active reload used onto Bricky to get them back up to full. Well, not full, but get them back up a decent amount of the way. Hand coming in, not quite finding anyone. There'll be an excellent Protector phase for the side of Strange Team Comp, finding a keep. This means now that they do have a win condition open. If they do get a very good team fight here, which they're likely to do, considering they're closer to 20s, they may be able to get at least a lot of core damage, if not end. Bricky in a very awkward position, getting a stun, drive-by stun. They get pulled back in by shot down. However, it does have the Iron Skin up and is able to get out safely. All in all, probably should not have taken that rotation. You're lucky you're Joanna, Bricky, I'm going to be honest with you, because that is definitely something I would have died for if I did it on any other hero, and it's something I have died for in doing it on most other heroes. You do see this is the support camp going down, and that will be the taking their third support camp. Everyone manages to dodge a hook. Sure, no one had picked up the thing at the time. That is an Anduin pull over wall. Joanna is trying their best to help their Leoric get out. Leoric does use the Ray Fort, getting out relatively unharmed. Joanna does come in, does manage to dodge the Valkyrie. Jeff gets an excellent buried alive. However, that will be Anduin's ult coming out, keeping them all, well, alive. Shotdown does use his adaptation there. This is actually a lot of ults being used in a very short amount of time. Ana is very low, does back out relatively safely. Does have to back out the long way, gets to sleep on Dahaka. Gets hit by a Junkrat and taken down, unfortunately. Ana not the most healing for herself. She really only has her grenade, and that is Bricky pulled back into the fray once again, and that will be the Joanna going down. This is once again a wonderful example of when less is more. Sure, we did not have a Storm Talents over the side of Mnaval, but they were able to kill two members of the side of Strange Team Comp. I didn't just suddenly think that, what did Ana go? Sleep with, okay. Looking at heroic talents, we did see that, not Falling Sword, what is it called? Heaven's Fury from the Joanna. Level 18, Chromie went that Piercing Sands. Buried alive from Leoric. The Raiders roll? Yeah, Raiders roll from the Raynor. Wow, I was talking about that. And the Armored Stance from the Ana. That extra armor should actually help a lot with kind of getting this up. And like this core getting this down early, it means that the blue team has nowhere to retreat to. However, in the top lane, we did see the Dahaka went down. Unfortunate timing, considering that they were actually up people. So I'm assuming, yeah, we did see Entomb, that Silence Entomb was used, and we do see the red team backing to deal with that pressure. On red's hand side, we do see that, oh, Imprisoning Light was picked up by Cassia, not something we see very often. Anduin is making his choice. We do see that change is survival from Dahaka. That is a lot. Hi Shy, I hope you're doing well today. Cannonball from Junkrat and that Master Hooker. We do see full hook build from the Stitches. Very interested to see what Anduin goes. So yeah, didn't quite find anyone that hook, and that is good because that hook would have been almost a guaranteed kill considering Gorge is up. I would say that there is an escape route top. Very interesting positioning by the side of Mnaval. Junkrat Mind essentially cutting off that walk route. We see Slam coming out. Sia did go that pulverized, meaning there is the 80% slow. Hook only finds a Kata, but that Kata is still can be quite annoying. We do see Gorge coming out on the over there anyway, Raynor. We did see actually Junkrat going down first, Silent X going down pretty low as well. Jeff doing their best to keep him down. Empress Sienna gets pulled back in, and that will be the Avoidance taking them down from the Cassia. Well, actually it'll be Stitches taking them down, but excellent pull by the Stitches, getting the Leoric off the healer, which was actually zoned out for a lot of that fight. But actually have a look at that. We do see Light of Stormwind coming out. Oh, what was I looking for? I had something in mind that I was looking for, and then I immediately forgot what I was looking for. We see camp being taken by the side of... Right, Leoric went the auto attack build. It was the only thing I was checking. We do see camp being taken by the side of Mnaval. As we do actually have... They do have a man advantage at the moment. And we do see just this kind of happening down here. Just objective is up. We do see that Mnaval has a much cleaner time to push into the fort. Into the keep of Strange Team Comp and possibly end. We'll have to only see how it goes. Hook comes out, doesn't quite find anyone. It does manage to find turret, but not much else. Stitches pushing up, trying to find that heal camp. Actually, Dr. Evil having this heal camp is a very good, actually very ideal, all considering that it's Falling Sword coming down. Hitting Silent X, but the Entomb didn't really find anyone. That is an excellent heal from the Ana, getting that first heal off. Oh, Light of Stormwind managing to find the Stitches, getting them up to at least 30% health. And that will be an excellent time. That was on the short cooldown, by the way, as it was not interrupted. However, Silent X is getting relatively low. We'll go down first to the Leoric and the Reyno combo. Only Na'Vi will go down next. We see Paul coming out of Bricky. Bricky able to get out well enough. Nature's Side getting pushed back in, and this is a gorge from the Stitches. However, Stitches is low enough. Bricky getting hit by those tower shots. Leoric is actually quite a hard combo to kill as they take out that Stitches once again. Crimson Talk getting taken out at the end. GF doing the best to auto attack to keep themselves alive, and that will be a 5-man kill over the side of Strange Team Comp, and that will look like to be an end call as they rotate up the long way. That was a very big team fight in terms of this game, and Strange Team Comp was able to take it, and there is not much stopping them now from taking the core of Mnaval. As we see, just the march straight onto it. Well, I say that, not March of the Black King from Jeff, but we did see Blue Team March. Okay, Joanna, we get it. You won the team fight, you're going to win the game. GG's to both sides, but well done to Strange Team Comp, as that'll be the first map of the series going over to them. I have just realized my title says Strange Team Comp, so I'm just going to fix that up real quick. Right, let me change it over to the game summary screen, as I'm just going to click this, click this, click this, click this. A lot of buttons being pushed, but from me at least, but not quite as much as these teams, as we did see. Ana did a considerable amount of healing, considering it was the sleep build with 81k. Impressive stuff, and a win with that 93. Light of Stormwind does a lot of extra healing. I really should call it what it actually is. Hollywood Salvation does a lot of healing, but I do wonder if something such as the Light Bomb would have been better. It adds a bit more CC to something like a Stitches comp, which already is a bit lighter on it. It really was Dahaka early game finding the tongues that meant there was the CC to kill people. But yeah, Stitches is great for getting picks, but in the end it didn't really work out, as they needed to find the picks consistently, and well, Stitches can do that. Just if a few too many hooks were missed for that really to kind of be on par for what they wanted. So in the end, we did see it go over to the more standard kind of tank from Strange Team Comp with the Joanna. But yeah, if anyone's interested in the builds, here they are. The only things I like to note is I need to look at this now. The Hollywood Salvation Light of Stormwind, as I always say, is a weird combination for me. It's not a weird combination, it's just weird to see it picked up in this coordinated environment. Otherwise, everything else is relatively standard. We did see that Enduring Swarm from Dahaka. Yeah, that spell armor once again, just to point out this, that Leoric just kind of lowering their health drain from the W, but in the end it doesn't matter as they went that auto attack build. But as in the War of the Globes, we did see Stitches win out with 6 more. However, in the Battle of Globes, because the War was the game, and that was won by Joanna with their side of Strange Team Comp. Right, I'm going to throw it to a brief break as I need to get a drink of water and set up the next map, so I'll see you all very shortly. And I've opened up the next map, which is Infernal Shrines. And we do hear that the map is now fully open, so I shall actually throw it to in-game, introduce the teams, and then say a few things. Okay, I've already seen... Who did it? Who pushed the button? Who pushed the spray button? Anyway, we see Empress Saina once again on that Chromie, Bricky once again on the Joanna. Wait, yeah, once again Joanna, Dr. Evil on the Ana once again, Jeff on the Murloc, the Murky, and Nature's side once again on Raynor. On right hand side we see Crimson Chin on the Tigers, shot down 007 on the... Shoot. Ragnaros. Sire on the... I can't remember names all of a sudden. Diablo, and the only Navi on the Kael'thas. Oh, and Silent X on the... I got Rag in the end, don't worry. I got there in the end. It took a hot second. And we see Sire on the... Alex Strasser. Anyway, we just see Murky's already gone to start pushing us. That's really what Murky's quite... Okay, Shy, I get there in the end. Just don't question the creative process. Anyway, we do see that the wave priority is taken already from the side of Mnaval when it comes to that double soaking, but we do actually see Murky double soaking for the side of Strange Team Compile. We see a 4-man being kind of just grouped together. Things to note from the level 1 is we do see Bribe from the Murky. Frag went Meatball build, which is not necessarily the best into the Murloc, as they are able to just kind of avoid it, avoid the Rag actually in all honesty. As Susie Jeff is kind of just playing it safe. Kael'thas does get that did try to combo the Pufferfish, however did not quite find what they were looking for. Bricky nearly messed up there with leaving that camp alone, but they did actually cap it. Other things to note is we do have Abundance Circle of Life from Alex Strasser and that Mana Addict from Kael'thas. Well, there's not really too much to talk about in terms of stacking, as Ana went that sleep build, not the bit Mimi Autotech build. Ah, that's right, there is... For anyone who doesn't know, I shouldn't actually advertise on things while I'm doing a NGS cast, unfortunately, but Girls Getting Solid does very important things, and they do have that very important charity tournament tomorrow. Anyway, we do see the Joanna stepping out, getting relatively low health, nicely spreading the bomb to Nature's side. How nice of him. You see Murky is once again just doing this double soak thing, just Rag being a bit annoyed by this Murloc, whereas just running around at the speed of sound, being an annoying little nuisance. That wasn't quite an effective pufferfish, but it definitely is actually getting damage on the shot down still. Anyway, coming back down here to the bottom lane with the action. Real action is happening. We see Bricky step up, Crimson Chin getting a decent amount of damage, and we actually see Murloc going down to the Ragnaros. Actually want to bring that up. Yeah, we do see the double shield glare from Joanna, especially very good into a heavy auto attack team or something that very much likes to auto attack, such as Crimson Chin. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, I'm still a bit more used to this, but it is during NGS cast, and I probably should. We did see the Frag go into the Flame Stomp build as I'm just holding it on a Murloc, because we all know how much everyone in this chat loves a little bit of Murloc. We see Sire getting pressed on by the Nature side. You may be right, Shy, but it should be interesting. I'll just... It's very important. I've already advertised it as is, and I will actually keep saying that it's a very good tournament they are. There's a very good charity they are trying to support. Bricky is pressing on. Actually, is actually in a bit of trouble now as they do try to get the stun out. They are having to use Iron Skin and do actually get out relatively safely, even without their team being there as they are doing that top camp. This, however, will let an advantage go over to this side of Mnaval, and you don't actually want to give up too much an advantage here if you're the side of Strange Team Comp, as Silent X is on that Alex Strasser, and Alex Strasser is probably one of the best healers when it comes to this objective as Dragon form. The Dragon Queen Alex Strasser does a lot of extra healing, and it basically guarantees a objective. However, I would like to see, now that there's a 30-2, I just want to see Strange Team Comp try to force it out, as saving Dragon Queen for this actual push is somehow even worse. Interesting to see where we go. That is an Arcane Punisher, so at the end of the day, this isn't the worst one to come out. First, you'd much rather see this than a Frozen or a Mortar, but definitely not ideal. This is Arcane Punches. I've never noticed the glowing animation when it summons things. Glow again. No, it will not glow again, as we see the shields getting dropped from this well, relatively low. It's still a little bit there, but we do see that wall going down first. So you see a bottom wall, bottom tower. Jeff for Murloc getting a little bit of damage and having to disappear once again. Bricky in a very aggressive position, doesn't quite have a shield glare up, so loses a lot of health and has a Murloc down. Who knew? Fire Lords eat Murlocs. Maybe not as sushi because that's a cooked fish, but we definitely see a little bit of maybe a Panseer. But we do actually see the Q for Flower of Life, Gift of Life, Flower of Healing. Life Blossom coming up from the Alexstrasza, even though we do see a W talent at 1. Very interesting combination. We usually see the... I can't remember what it's called, but the Q talent at 1 if we see that happen. So I'm very curious about this build so far. Wait, other things to note, we do have a stacking talent from the... I nearly called him the wrong thing entirely. From the Tychus, as we see in the Rhythm. Not in the Rhythm. Master Assassin, something that you don't see too often. Actually, this top camp was taken by this side of Mnaval. It's just hit that wall for just enough. We do see this bot camp being taken by... Wait, no, the top camp was taken by Strange Team Comp. This bottom camp was taken by Mnaval, and then another middle camp was taken by Strange Team Comp. Got very in, don't worry. Joanna does have to pop Iron Skin, does manage to get out. We actually did see the stun coming off from... I don't know. Ah, but that was a sleep coming out from the Ana as then they follow it up with a debilitating dart. This Murky is just being a pest, eh? He's just running around, just eating waves. How much bribe do you have? 2 stacks. Good to know. Putting it on there because that's the easiest way to get rid of this. And we do see Heroics coming through. We did actually see the Slowing Sands 2 levels ago from the Chromie. We do see Falling Sword once again from Joanna. I don't think it's always a pick, but here it seems to be working out as they do land directly on the Crimson Chin. Nano Boost from the Ana once again. Crimson Chin does use that dash to get out of danger. Sia now a bit split from the team, did step up a lot into the ally team. We do see actually March from the Murlocs wave. We see Rag went that lava wave. Bricky will be going down here as that was Pyroblast used and a Joe going down. You see Randall hasn't picked his ult yet, but on the right hand side for Mnaval we did see that Pyroblast coming out as well as the lava wave. We do also see Commandeer Odin. Unsure about the Alexstrasza yet, and we do see Lightning Breath from the Diablo. Jeff the Murloc does manage to throw out that Pufferfish. Tigers took a bit too long actually trying to deal with it, and actually it does explode and gets murky. Some more of those little bribe stacks so they can just be a bit more closer to being a pierce. We just see, yeah, there is a shrine coming top, but we do see quite a hard push here from Strange Team Comp as Rack is forced to use his ult. Dr. Evil getting very low. And it'll be Dr. Evil going down to that last bit of Rag damage. Very bad timing for the side of Strange Team Comp. Once again, this doesn't seem to be their map. So I actually think it may have been Mnaval chose map pick here. As I like to say a lot, that a team... I don't know whether teams choose map pick for first pick for each map, just purely because I don't like to spoil the series for myself, and even seeing who chooses map pick or first pick will give that away. Sia getting pushed into by Nature's Side, so Nature's Side having to back off. Wait, so Sia backed off. Yeah. Sia pushing back up. This Punisher just stepping out slowly, deleting minions. Remember, this Punisher jumps every 15 seconds, and we do actually see a Frozen this time. Very good for the side of Mnaval, as they should be able to get this building relatively for free. Bricky stepping up. I don't think they really want to actually eat that jump from the Punisher. However, this is the first keep going down from the side of blue. That is Joe getting hit. We'll see that the Punisher does. We'll jump again roughly at the 8-minute 30-second mark. But that will be not much. Actually, jump coming out. That's Murloc dead once again. I'm currently wondering if the Murky was the right pick. Right there is the Punisher jump. Joanna did have the Iron Skin this time, was able to get out of danger. Empress Hyena just trying their best just to position correctly. The main thing to note here is actually, as we get into the late game, it will get better and better for the side of Strange Team Comp. We see Murky use March and Murloc there as everyone's getting slowed. Sia does get the pull swap over. There's actually Lightning Breath coming out. Murky does have that safety bubble going fast. Pyroblast comes out on Joanna. Joanna, you need to step back into that before your Iron Skin drops, and we do see it happen. Jeff goes down once again as we see the Alexstrasza taking out this time. This is Chromie going down next. Alexstrasza with that, just extra bits of damage, and we do see her land. Dragon Queen was popped there, was the only unfortunate thing, and objectives should be getting called Maybe not before the next time she gets Dragon Queen, but definitely shortly. As a 150-second cooldown, I'd like to say, which is nothing to sneeze at. But it's definitely a long enough time to be annoying. We do see this mid fort is now being taken, at least mid well is taken by the side of Mnaval. So Mnaval seems to be kind of running the yard at this point, because it is a 4, like, yeah, low kill game currently, but it is still 4-0. Sia doesn't quite get hit by that sleep dart as they rotate out, as the side of Mnaval rotates out onto this bottom camp. Good stuff, good stuff. Spricky is a bit out of position. None of your teams with him to really help him out, so they decide not to engage, which is probably the correct call. Crimson Chin stepping up. Actually, their tank left behind as Diablo is looking to catch someone out of rotation. Ricky backs up, they do a bomb of them, so decides to try to get the globe, however, we do see Sia gets it first. A lava wave grows top to remove that pressure. This actual lava wave is doing a lot to kind of remove that pressure Murky can build up. Sia pushing onto it, does get the stun on. Doesn't quite get the stun onto Joanna, but that will be the Diablo going down first. Joanna does choose not quite to press in too hard, and that will be the first kill over the side of Strange Team Comp, even though they didn't have 16s and the side of Mnaval did. They'll be the only Na'Vi actually dropping relatively low. That slowing stance does so much to stop it down. Jeff comes in from behind, gets the March of Murlocs out. Doesn't quite find anything. Nature's Side falls just short of the wall, not quite getting the wall stun. There's a stun onto Bricky. Empress Saina in a very awkward position now will go down first. That Chromie did just stay, unfortunately, a bit too long, so they didn't quite get out. Joanna trying their best to help Nature's Side. Does actually throw the blind out onto Crimson Chin, but doesn't quite help. And that grenade will find the Raynor at the end of the day. Excellent stuff. Silent X also did try hunt them down with that Dragon Queen form. However, not Dragon Queen, that Flames of Fury. However, did not quite find it. Is it called Flames of Fury? Cleansing Flame. Cleansing Flame. There you go. And maybe the 20 that's called Flames of Fury. Why do I think Flames of Fury is a thing? I don't know. Anyway, we do see that next objective is called Dragon Queen Alex Tracer should be back up, but this shouldn't be needed. See if a Murloc... Oh, murky things happened. This Murloc's just going to float around at not quite the severe sound, but definitely a nuisance. And that will be a large commitment for a small Murloc, but at the end of the day, you don't want it running around for too long. Murky will need to move his egg soon enough, however, as this Punisher will be pushing mid. This objective is currently comfortably over on the side of Mnaval, as we see really Strange Team Comp decides just to get value elsewhere. Sure, Bricky steps up into this, but not much else. See that top Shaman camp taken. You know what, Murky's hard work once again being foiled by a one fiery boy, as that lava wave just comes in and deletes a lot. Murky doesn't quite have the march up yet. Looks to be a bit of a nuisance. Takes jump early. I actually like that idea, taking jump, bubbling away, meaning you getting out of dodge with already jumping out the jump. Murky looks like they're wanting to drop the March of Murlocs. You did see a flip combo coming out. Empress Saina does get Pyro Blasted. Hopefully they have timeout. Yep, they indeed have timeout. Murky, your egg is a bit in danger. Gonna be honest with you, bud. And egg goes down. Oh no. And that is the Mortar Punisher jumping too, getting both Nature's Side and Bricky. Bricky trying their best to stay alive. Actually, it's pretty safe to stay alive. Nature's Side getting hit by a lot of mortar shots there, getting relatively low themselves. And we're just seeing this Dragon Queen pushing in. As I said, the Dragon Queen pushing in with the objective itself is also a problem. There's an excellent flip stun, and actually Chromie will go down first to the... not Ragnaros. The Diablo's Fire Stomp. Very unfortunate. Bricky going down next to Crimson Chin, and this looks like it'll be a second fort taken by this keep. If we first keep taken of this game, if there's Nature's Side getting dove on. Ooh, that is the stun cleanse from the Ana coming out, keeping Nature's Side alive. And it looks like this will be an end call from the side of Mnaval, which means we're going to probably have another game free today. Jeff did actually have that respawn. Doesn't actually have to backplace the egg and respawn. Saya taking a lot of damage throughout all of this actually, and will go down first. Crimson Chin getting hit by that core now. is actually the next to go down. The core actually falling a bit too fast. 6-3-1-0. And that'll be the second map over to Mnaval. So this will be a free map series, unless I've counted things wrong. Anyway, let's open up the summary screen. On the side of... I've tabbed out when I tried to do it, that's why. Right, look at stats really quickly. We do see Arnold was trying to keep up the Alex Trials, but Alex Trials was excellent on the objectives when blue team really actually even turned up. We didn't see Strange Team Comp turn up as much as they should have, but it's because they kept losing people just as it was called, and they couldn't really do much about it. I do wonder if Murky was the pick here, as we did see it die 1.75 times, which, if you don't know Murky maps, is 7 deaths. Anyway, I don't really have much to say about these comps. We did see definitely that Murky is definitely more a macro here, and this map very much wants you to get the objective, but Murky didn't quite even get enough macro because of Ragnaros shutting it down with Lava Wave, which is very good for the side of Mnaval and let them win out this map. Right. Without much further ado, I'm going to show you the talents. If you want to try any of these builds for yourself, that is them there. But right, I'm going to throw it to a brief break as I need some more water, and I need to set up the next map, so I'll see you all in a few moments. As we see here, we have the final map being Tower of Doom, this being the tiebreaker for the series. But anyway, I forgot to change screen to the map view. Here, you can quickly see it. You do know the game's loading in, but here's the map screen for you, for anyone who's curious. Strange Team Comp getting the first win, Mnaval getting the second win of the series, and now we're up to the third game. We're going to cut back into the game, instead of just forgetting to change scenes once again. Woo! Right. I'm going to zoom out. We see the only Na'Vi on the Greymane, Crimson Shin on the Li Ming, Sire on the Variants. We're likely going to see Taunt shot down on the Leoric and Silent X on the Anduin. On the left hand side, we do see Empress Saina on that Vala. Dr. Evil on the Malfurion this time, Nature's side on the Tassadar. Bricky on the Joanna. And last but not least, Jeff on the Samurai. Anyway, we'll see how this first fight goes. It'll be very interesting to see how this goes. So I think if you're going by the more traditional sense of how this map is played, we do see Mnaval will have an advantage because they do have a good double soaker such as Leoric. And there isn't really much to match it on the side of Strange Team Comp. Maybe if you do the Tassadar to do the soak and Jeff just kind of harasses. But a good thing about running as Samurai here is Leoric doesn't have as much staying power thanks to the lower health total, meaning Leoric has lower percent heal on the W, and even just changing creating your clones and swapping with them breaks things such as that tether. So it'll be very interesting to see how this goes. The only thing to note is that there isn't probably as good soak by Jeff as shot down. I've accidentally dropped something, I'm going to open this up. We do see that Curse Way of a Blade coming through at level 1 for them. I've got to keep note of this because I do actually like this hero. I want to figure out more and more. We do see that there is the Laws of Hope. Let's just see if this is legal. And Jeff uses the swap trick. Well done, Jeff. Shot down now in a very precarious situation as they're losing their health. This is actually the first time I've watched the offlane for a decent amount of time. Because we've actually got a bottom lane. We do see an invade happening by Strange Team Comp. Oh my god, Vala's already at 5 stacks of that Q quest. Dr. Evil gets dove by Senna. However, Seha doesn't have that taunt yet. However, Stray Ming Orb will go in and find the kill. The other things to know is we do have Sleep Root. We do have a Q build from Tassadar. Nothing really stacking on the side of Mnaval, but we do see that Consume Vitality. Something that you usually see on a tank Leoric, so it's very interesting to see it picked up in this offlane. And that will be that camp finally taken by the side of Mnaval. They took their camp. However, we see that Pricky gets hit by Sire's Q. Yeah. And they will have to back out. Dr. Evil in a very awkward position now. As we do see kind of Joanna pressing up away. Oh, shit. Sorry about yawning. As we see Joanna piercing up into Mnaval without the healer's support. And there is the taunt onto the Joanna. However, Sleep Root goes out finding the Variant. Very annoying to playing into Malfurion's Variant, especially with that root. Bricky eating a lot of damage from Crimson Shin. We'll have to back up, as I think just staying in with that low health. Probably even... I'm saying probably even half. I know we just see a tap coming out. Do you see actually this camp being pinged? Bricky will have to do a lot to slow down the enemy team. It is a Iron Skin coming out after that taunt side. Does get a lot of poke onto them, and we will have to see... Yeah, we do see Strange Team Comp backing off. The thing about Variant comps, they like getting early advantage, and we do see that Variant is paying off, trying to get that early advantage. Taunt is back up now. Nothing has been dove on yet. Empress Saiyan is doing their best to poke. Same for Bricky. We do see they're now up to 7 stacks, so a bit slower on this next kind of fight area, but they're doing their best to stay in it. The only Navi stepping up. And that is a taunt combo coming out onto Dr. Evil, and that is them dead immediately. We will have to see the side very likely of Strange we may see Strange Team Chomp backing. Chomp, my word, my English is going. Comp backing out. Bricky is getting slowed down by Varied. Taunt only just coming back now, however, and that will be the Leeming going down first. This only turned from a bad situation for Strange Team Comp into a alright one, and there's actually Greymane going down next. That Joanna Blind's doing a lot to stop that Greymane. And that will be Empress Saina managed to roll out of Saya's way. Saya will not quite take down Empress Saina. However, Anduin will take down her. Bricky gets hit by that Leoric hand. Does get the Stukov back to the Malfurion to them in time, so keeps them alive. Seven's coming through actually at the same time for both teams. This is probably one of the longest objectives I've ever seen for this bottom. Jeff kind of just floating around. Anyway, back down here. Silent X doesn't quite manage to hit Dr. Evil, however Leeming is going to try to... Nature's Side does step up to eat some orbs. Dr. Evil now in a very good position to actually not get hit by anything. Bricky getting very low himself, getting hit by a Calamity, getting hit by that Greymane. Managed to dodge the orb. If they got hit by that orb, they would have been dead. That will be Bricky having it back. Actually, Bricky does get the mana and the health back from Dr. Evil. So we're in a very interesting situation here where now things are things are actually equal. The only things that aren't equal is this bottom structure, as there is a missing tower and half a gate. This Samuro's keeping up so pretty well, actually, all consider. Oh, sorry, I was yawning. My hand was off the mouse, I was yawning. Bricky getting very low once again, having to back out. This Joanna is taking a lot of damage and just not dying. It's very interesting to watch. Nature's Side doesn't quite get the Q on anyone. However, swing of Q is getting on people. We did see Empress saying it did, which is now getting up to 14 stacks. A lot. That's a lot of damage. As this gets later into the game, this will be more and more favored for the side of Strange Team Comp, I think. Have I say that, but I'm yet to see what 10s are going to be picked up on both sides. Bricky steps up. We do see that Camp went down first, and that will be the Joanna going down. That is... Honestly, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. There was a lot of pressure coming out from that side of Mnaval. Especially because Variant does let you have that point and click stun. That is a very... And they have that engage as well. It is a lot to deal with in the early game, and we see it finally did collapse. That is an excellent talk out. Excellent talking about Empress Saina. Empress Saina does find the... Does manage to roll out, as so the kill does not take hold. Joanna coming down excellent time. Both teams pretty close to 10s. We do see now that there is going to be posturing happening behind here. 10s coming up very soon, as I once said. Just looking at the Samurai's but once again, out of curiosity, we see deflection. And okay, but anyway. See Sarah taking a decent amount of damage here, having to drop out. I don't know how to say their name. I've said it like 3 or 4 ways now, but it is what it is. 10s coming through from both sides. From the same time, both sides. This is actually the first time I've seen Light Bomb picked up on Anduin in quite a while, which is really weird to say. We do see Falling Sword once again for Joanna. I think I would have liked to see Blessed Shield here, but Greymane is now caught in the back line. That'll be Jeff on top of him as well. Gets pulled out by Silent X. But we do see that the blue team is all very low here. Jeff, Beyblading, getting out barely, and each side doing their best to challenge this objective. Dr. Evil eating the orb, and that will be the objective going over the side of Strange Team Comp. It's very weird to see Samurai in any of these maps, I'm just thinking. But I think it's very weird now after all this time that I see Light Bomb after we've seen... We've seen Light Bomb picked up after we've seen game after game of Hollywood Salvation being picked up. Joanna doing their best to get out of that Iron Skin, doing a lot for them, as they did go that hold your ground at 4. Ricky's teaming up once again, trying to get just an extra bit of wave clear out, as Joanna is probably one of the best, was at least one of the best heroes for wave clear in terms of tanks. However, that was kind of stripped from her in her rework. We do see Samurai clones showing mid, while the actual Samurai is top, trying to just pressure out, shot down. Good dodge behind. See once there's the light bomb hitting 2 members. That is this Empress Saina getting dropped very low, and they weren't able to get out in time. Black Hole does come out, maybe a bit late even. Bricky is also very low now, out of position. We did actually have go for a throat happening from Greymane, something we don't see very often. Which I'll actually pull up talents. We did see go for a throat. The Entomb from Leoric. Wave of Force from the Li Ming, and the charge upgrade for the Varian as he gets his heroic at 4, which was in this case Taunt. Right hand side we see Bricky win that Falling Sword once again. As I said already, I'd rather see the shield here maybe, just for that quicker lockdown. Blade Storm for the Samurai, okay. Twilight Dream for the Malfurion. For Beyblade itself for not Strafe. Yeah, Strafe for the Vala, and Black Hole from the not Leoric. Wow, I am losing my mind. Tassadar. See, once again, this camp was capped by the right hand side, but once again, it's getting destroyed before it gets there. Shot down, trying their best to channel this. However, Jeff does have another plan. Excellent safety back out. We do see a silence coming out onto the Varian. Varian not quite having torn back up yet. It is back up now. Jeff in the backline awkwardly does get hit by Li Ming combo and will go down. There'll be Bricky getting very low as well, having to pop Iron Skin. That is now a 4v5, remember that. Going Navi backing out, and same that Anduin trying to guess their best to keep up the side of, oh no, I made a mistake, of Mnaval. Empress Saina manages to roll out. We did hear that go for throat being reset, and that will be Varian going down first, but Tassadar, however, is going down next. Yep, there we go, fixed. And that will be another 4 shots over to the side of Mnaval. Auto attack. Greymane just doing camp things. It's a pretty satisfying auto sound in saying that, just the meaty kind of funk. Not quite a Stukov style whoomp, but still a pretty good solid funk. Anyway, just gonna bring these up again, just see what's happening over in the talent section. It doesn't matter. The main thing is Shattering Throw for Joanna Shield. Looking at stats, we do see that Anduin is still a bit ahead of Malfurion, but I think Malfurion is just not quite keeping up with the burst damage that things such as Li Ming can offer. That may change at 16. Malfurion gets a decent way to deal with that at 16. Sire goes out, manages to give a charge off onto Empress Saina, but does actually end up taunting Nature's Side. We see the Beyblade coming out from the Vala. Sia getting relatively low, does have to charge out to their ally. Got to drop this now. Bricky being found by Sia. Sia getting a decent amount of damage out onto them because of that. But however, Falling Sword gets them out. Jeff in an awkward position now does actually manage to blink away. Sorry, Wind Walk away. Making it so they avoid that damage. We just see once again that wave clear coming through for the side of Strange Team Comp. This is still relatively close game. There's nothing in it, but as I say, as we get further and further to the late game, I do wonder if it's going to be more and more in favor of Strange Team Comp. In saying that, there's an excellent kill onto Joanna and an excellent Entomb following up it. That is actually amazing that Dr. Evil and Empress Saina survived. That silence, that Twilight Dream coming out did so much for them. And Jeff manages to get this top altar to start with. I wonder if they're going to go harass. Yeah, they're going to go harass for it. Talent order a bit off there. And they don't quite find Crimson Chin. Unfortunate timing. We do see the swap coming out, and the wave getting relatively deleted by that Blade Storm, which is very much considered just a PvE talent at this point, as it speeds up your wave clear considerably. And we do see it is helping them out in this game, especially against that Leoric. I wonder. Is it this one? Actually, we see that Samurai's ahead of Leoric. Interesting. We do see that there's 3 sappers will be slowly pushed into, and yep, they do find purchase onto this fort. 1, 2, 3. And that fort is now very low. We'll be going down pretty shortly, actually, but maybe not this push, as we do see that Mnaval is choosing to back out. If they do actually have 16 advantage, we did see that banner dropping down from from the variant. It looks like the banner of Dalaran, yep. Extra spell power, which with things such as Li Ming, that's a lot of extra damage. But we do also see 16s have come through from the side of Strange Team Comp. Not the talent I was expecting from Alfurion, but definitely could work out. Jeff doing their best to harass, and we do see actually Samurai getting a double kill already with that press the attack. That will be shot down CF shortly following suit, as that root stops Jeff from harassing Nature's Side, doing their best to take down Silent X. That Q not quite hitting by the looks of it, and there'll be Silent X using that WV speed of a Pious to get out. We do see very much the ally team, however, of Strange Team Comp still wants it, and that will be the Anduin going down at the end. This is a triple altar phase as well. No one is actually up. None of the red team of Mnaval is up before the altars come up, so that should be a triple altar phase over the side of Strange Team Comp if they do this correctly. Yeah, even shot down with their trait will not be up in time to stop Jeff. Laughing, yep. Barely not enough time. Ooh. I like that this has been taken. This should be an extra 10 shots out now for the side of Strange Team Comp. We see that channel mid. However, shot down does not want Jeff to get that objective. Jeff, however, will actually start melting shot. Oh my god. Oh my god, that damage. And we do see over here that Bricky is going down pretty fast as well. And oh my gosh, that is the Auric going down in actually relatively quick speed. What on earth was that? I think I do have to pick this up later. That will be actually Joanna going down next. We just see another 5 shots going to the core. They don't really need a fight anymore. There's nothing to fight for. We just see that Empress Aina did get that double Q off into Sire, whatever it is. We do see Varian getting relatively low. I'm just looking at this. I'm curious. 10% attack speed. Okay. Good to know. That is actually a lot of shots that come through. It very much puts... I think it was 14 shots from onto Mnaval's core, so that is less than I... Okay, I'm sorry, Empress Sayina, I saw that Q fall short. Whoops! Is that Hungering Arrow doesn't quite find purchase? It is still getting relatively stacked, as we see it is hitting that critical mass of 40. I think about the critical mass actually of it is about 50 or 60, and after that it will shred anyone, especially with that Acrobat talent at 20. Speaking of 20s, we're going to see that Mnaval is going to make work getting there, as we did see an XP burst from getting that keep. Same that Samurai also gets mid in retaliation. Mid one probably the least important on this map, as it pushes back in the easiest. It's the hardest for the aggressive team to defend. It's the easiest for the defensive team to defend and recapture. Oh, Sam unfortunately got caught out there. One of the heroes with so many escapes, unfortunately wasn't able to find it. And it looks like, no, they had not picked their 20 yet. I wonder what they're going to go. It feels like they're going to go Windwalker, but we'll have to see. Right, we do see this side of Mnaval pushing in quite aggressively. That banner, the spell power banner will go down first. And no, we do not see. We see Playmaster 2. There's taunt coming out onto the Vala. Vala gets unstoppable by that falling sword, especially that extra burst healing. And that'll be a double kill already for the side of Mnaval. That's because the Auric wasn't with me. It wasn't even 4v4, and Sire will go down next. Again, this is a double altar phase up. Silent X trying their best to get out, while the rest is kind of just harassing. Getting harassed by the Joanna. Nature's Side getting relatively low as well. That Vala kind of melting this mid. Ping from Nature's Side as to kind of walk straight past shot down, just walking to this bottom lane. And that 20 advantage did end up making a world of difference. Oh, there's Nature's Side entombed. Anyway, Bricky is now getting pressured out by that shot down. Shot down does manage to back out, and that is 6 altars. That's 6 bell towers for the side of Strange Team Comp. We heard the dominating coming out, and that will be a GG over to the side of Strange Team Comp as they take the map and the series. Again, another good close free game series. This time going over the side of Strange Team Comp. Right. I didn't actually properly change to the game summary screen. I've just pulled up the stats. I nearly clicked that stop streaming button. That is also wildly incorrect. Anyway, as we see here, I did actually like both team comps. I'm surprised Samurai was able to keep up as well in Soak as they did, considering that there's Leoric on the other side. Maybe I got to try out Samurai a bit more. Maybe I already have been. Maybe I'm just not very good at him. We'll have to see that in a series that I'll be playing against Raka at a later date. Anyway, we do see that in the end it was won by Strange Team Comp. It was actually Malfurion ending up in the lead with that healing. There was just a bit too much grouping by the side of Red by the looks of it, but as I said, that Vala was starting to hit a critical mass, that burst getting a lot. As well as even Tassadar has a lot of burst, so in the end that team fight from the Strange Team Comp worked out. Anyway, I do not actually have much more to say on this map. It's just like, yeah, we did have a general, you do have a strong fight on both sides. You have someone who could double soak. So in terms of breaking down comps, there isn't too much to break down. But right, let me throw it over to the map screen so I can make my close. Oh, wait, no, before I forget. Here are talents. If anyone wants to see the builds, we did have that Infinite Beyblade once again. We had a heavy Q build with that Burst Heal and Life Bloom, which in the end did do a lot. The extra 10% healing, 10% of missing health healing is actually a considerable amount, especially once your allies get to lower amounts. We'd see 20s did come through for the side of Mnaval, however, it was too late if I recall correctly. Other things, Anduin only got one stack of this Piercing Light, which is why some people consider it a bit of a meme talent. Anyway, I'm going to throw it over to the map view screen so we can see what happened, or what transpired this game. And we will see that Map 1 of Oscar was taken by Strange Team Comp, Map 2 of Infernal Shrines was taken by Mnaval, and Map 3 of Towers of Doom was taken by the Strange Team Comp. But right, I will call it for this series. However, I will have one more series after this. So to everyone, I wish a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are. And I'll see you all in the Nexus. See you again very shortly.